personnel pending insurance first-class permit. D, employment of professional personnel. E, employment of extracurricular personnel. And F, retirement and resignations.
Okay, and then you have your little attachment you've given us of your
Yes.
current taken.
Current, and I explained this to Mr. Wilkerson, some of these we're actually in the personnel season for next year. So some of these positions that have been vacant, people have been transferred into for next year, so we're no longer trying to fill those.
Okay, does anybody have anything, Bill? If not, then, got an all yes on the personnel items? Yes. All yes, okay. All right, we'll move to comments and concerns. Let's start with any board members. I think Mr. Beaky, let's talk with this afternoon. Any board members have anything? Okay.
Well, just one thing.
Yes, sir, Mr. Curry.
Why can't we have a snow fall-off day like Nicholas County does?
What, oh, I've recommended a video.
Okay.
A video,
Yeah, we have the man back there, he's been working on one.
You want to share some of the, you want put him on the spot.
Can you sing us a few lines?
Just a little.
Just the first line was, it's to the tune of Jason Mraz, I'm Yours. And it goes, well, you done, let's see. That's cold outside and I bet you felt it. The ice truck tried, but they can't melt it. The weather is really cool. So we're going to cancel school. And it goes on.
keep working on it.
It's really cute.
It's, I've got a barbershop quartet working on it. And we're not going to be second to anyone.
Good, good. Now, if need be, Mr. Mickey can do some
Well,
visual.
I mentioned that we might want to do a little video presentation and have somebody.
Do some
Facebook,
do all.
do it on
Hey,
Facebook.
I don't know that wants, but anyway, we've had some fun with that.
A whole new career will be launched.
That one that gentleman does, they're really good. I like it.
Yeah.
I saw it on national news. They even picked up one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
national news things. Okay, what else you got?
All right, school calendar revisions based upon the dates we've been closed. It's okay. All right, see you. We're gonna have to revise it already.
Just gave
Yeah. Wasn't happy, if you didn't happen to be here when right before the meeting, we are gonna close tomorrow. We made that decision already to close, just essential staff will report tomorrow with the plan on having school on Thursday will be on a 2-hour delay, with limited bus runs. So that's
Code 2, right?
Code 2 for tomorrow. Thus far, if you account tomorrow as well, we will have missed 5 days due to the snowfall. The first day we missed was last Thursday, January the 21st. That was that first little snow that we had, that we closed. So that day now will become an OS day. And we'll make it up on February the 19th. Sean, did I give you?
Well, that'd be great, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
That'll help right there. And then last Friday we were out, which it also will become an OS day, which we can make up on March the 7th. And we lucked out on Monday, yesterday, the 25th, that was a teacher-parent conference day. So it wasn't a planned day of instruction, so therefore we just lost the day and we won't have to make it up. And today will become an OS day with the makeup date of May the 9th. Now the board does have an option moving forward, like for tomorrow. We don't have to go to the next OS day or OS days. We could look at that CE day right after spring break. I think it's April the 4th. On April the 4th, we have a continuing ed day that could be utilized as an instructional day as opposed to taking another OS day.
Are there requirements on the hours of CE
We can get those through other training or trainings that we have. A lot of teachers stay and work in the evenings, through federal programs. We've been told through the new guidelines that we can use those days as instructional days as well as the P Day on June the 6th. That's another day that we can look at, but that has to be used as a last resort. You have to exhaust all your OS days, your continuing ed days, before you can use that preparation day on June the 6th as a day
I
of
know
instruction.
you all haven't had a chance to, we just have heard about tomorrow, but does anybody have any initial thoughts about that, using the CE day? If not, I'm assuming we have to go to June the 7th, or no, maybe June the 6th.
Yeah, right now, we have to make a decision. If we want to stick with the OS days first, then the 7th then is going to become, June the 7th will become an instructional day.
But, so,
We've got some time.
right, I mean, we're gonna have to make tomorrow up, so we're either looking at doing it on April the 4th.
Right. Or June the 7th.
April 4th.
We can look there, like I said, and we can kind of wait till we can kind of see what kind of weather we're going to get the next month or so. Larry's want to call for this big snowstorm, we've been saying it for months. I thought about you all weekend.
But if we were to do that, we would then have 4 more days available, correct?
That's correct.
If we were to use the CE day on the 4th of April. Does anybody have, once again, any thoughts like that? Did you all prefer the CE day?
I think I prefer to use the CE day.
Number two.
Larry, Fred, what do you all think?
Doesn't matter to me.
Well, I'm in agreement with that too, as long as, we're able to meet the state requirements on, whatever continuing ed we're required to have. If we can do that, then I'm for that too, maybe.
That's what we plan on doing. Then at some point in time, we'll come to you, we'll have an item on the agenda for you to approve these revisions.
We can go to these 4.
We'll see what February brings us before we bring it to you.
When is spring break?
Spring break begins March the 28th and runs through April the 1st.
Okay.
So that would just bring everybody, bring the kids back one day early, right?
Right.
They wouldn't be there, they would not have been there on the 4th, but if we do this, they'll come back on that Monday.
Mhm.
The staff will be back anyway.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Sounds good to me. Our folks have been working feverishly since Sunday, getting our buildings ready. We didn't have any issues with heat or roof, leaks or anything of that nature as a result of the snowstorm. Parking lots have all been plowed, sidewalks are being cleared. Right now we still had some work because at Lincoln County High School is just such a huge area over there that we're finishing up over there today, getting things cleared up over there. But it was actually taking much better shape today when I was over looking at it this morning. And, as I pointed out earlier, there's some of these back roads that we've been on that I'm not even sure next week that we'll be able to run those roads. There's just a single lane and it's been plowed by the trucks out there, and there's nowhere to pass. If you meet somewhere, unless you pull up in a driveway or something, but it's been cleared by someone.
And you're not saying that necessarily that there wouldn't be school for you?
No. It's just going to be, there's just some places here in the county, I think it's going to be a while before we can get buses.
So we may be in a session, but bus is not going to every location, right?
Right, so the plan is that we'll be closed tomorrow, we'll be on a two-hour delay on Thursday with limited buses.
They finished cleaning up at Duval noon today, so.
Okay, they look good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Somewhere to park,
Hopefully we don't get any more snow. What's your forecast?
I think from now on, I'll just keep.
That's right.
I don't know that you can win with that one.
Yeah. We were having such a great spring this winter, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
And just a matter of time.
it hit.
Okay. What else you got, Jay?
That's all I have.
Okay. Anybody have anything else that we give or anything else, anything? Consequence, all right, good. Well, we, thankful to all those that are out there doing these cleanups. It's not an easy time. These things happen. Mr. Linville, have you had your dozer out, or you been out cleaning the street in Hamlet or anything?
Yes, I have.
All
Actually
right.
come over here and cleaned a little bit, so Doug wouldn't have to shovel the sidewalks.
Good,
I'm worried
good.
about.
We like that good Samaritan in you. Okay, all right, we're at the point now we're ready for our student discipline hearing. I'm assuming that's still on.
It's at 2:30 as far as we
Okay.
know.
All right. So what time is it? I can't. Okay, so we've got about half hour. So we'll adjourn until 2:30, at which time we'll have our student hearing. Is that agreeable to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. With me.